Hey guys, all right. We've got another video here about AgOpenGPS. We're using this spray cart now. We had don't know where the old spray cart is, but we got a crack in the tank. So we got into this one from a neighbour, not too much money, and it was working fine with its built-in thing, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's sort of gotta work out how this thing works. So it had a this control box up here, or you know, those switches and a screen. And since that sort of all just worked, we didn't even run AgOpenGPS. We just what'd you have the
Hardy HC 5500 or something like
this
that.
one's the Hardy, but you ran the Auto Easy Steer 250 or whatever, the easy one. But then started this year, or a little bit earlier, cropping time, the screen broke. Oh, this thing's gone the wrong way. Screen broke, and we're just spraying on pressure just to try to, you know, get the crop spraying done. A quick look at the boom. Is this 24 meter?
20 meter.
20 meter. So it's got 4 sections. You know, a lot of people will know these Hardys. 4 even sections, and it's got the difference on this one. It's got these valves here. These are your 4 sections. These are the latching type 2-wire. So that old one, you could just use the machine control board, easy with the relays, and then you could just cut the signal and it would turn the boom sections on or off. But this one, Lockie found out you can use this agrate board. So this is the RC15, and he's gone through and traced all these wires for the sections. Well, they come through this box here, and then this bloody thing, they come into this control board here, but he's figured out where they all go and just sort of jacked into them there. And obviously you've got your main valve here and your proportional valve here. All right, so yeah, the big thing about this rate control board is you can see the pin out there. You got S1 to S6, I think. And the 4 sections get wired to S1 to S4. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, so the 4 sections get wired to S1 to S4. And then the master valve gets wired to, what do you put it on?
It's on S5.
S5.
So they're just section control ones, really.
So, yeah.
Just basically on and off.
Yeah, but
it reverses actually. So
reversing 2-wire.
2-wire valves.
Reverses polarity, and he's just wired them in here. So instead of going to the old board, he's wired them straight into this one here. And then the master switches is actually the same type of valve as the sections. It's just on and off. But the one that tripped us up is the proportional valve, and it is wired into M1. And the M1 in the firmware actually can be controlled with a PID loop, right? So it'll change and actually try to meet your target rate.
So it's connected to M1A and M1B.
Yep.
That's something to keep in mind. So our flow meter's up here. That's just well, it's a Hardy one, obviously on a Hardy spray cart. So that's 120 pulses per unit or whatever it is.
Or you just look that up on the spec sheet or something?
You look that up, yeah.
Yeah,
right. All the same.
Interesting.
We've just got there's 3 wires to the meter. There's a 12 volt, a ground, and a signal wire. And the signal wire is just in on, where is it? Flow 1. Number 10, flow 1.
Ah, so that's simple.
Yep.
And then you didn't have to set anything up in agrate for that?
Didn't have to, no, it just read it straight off.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty cool. All right, so now the wiring seems simple, eh?
It is, yeah. It's simple once you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it was very confusing there for a little while.
And you found out which wire was what just by using the continuity or something coming from these?
Yeah, well, I basically knew because the Hardy setup, I had a fair idea what went where,
Yep.
because they're all plugged onto these pins here. But I just double checked them with the there's a little switch box up there. You can see where the wires go in.
Yeah, this
up
little
there.
thing. Yeah.
So I could check continuity of where things went.
Yep.
And then just a bit of trial and error also.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, Jesus. This
We had it figured out.
Yeah, good work.
We
All
think.
right. Yeah.
See, it appears to be correct anyway.
Well, right at this moment, the proportional valve moves backwards and forwards as you want. Master valve works and the 4 sections work, and it works with that good.
Yeah. So the only other thing with the board, obviously, you have to supply 12 volt and ground to the board. May sounds pretty simple, but could be confusing.
Yeah.
Because it's got 12 volt and ground there, but that's 12 volt and ground out.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to have a fuse there.
And you got that special, the Ethernet thing that came separately?
Yes. What's it, a W5500? You have to plug that in so you can plug the Ethernet in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It does say that in the info there somewhere, but it's easily overlooked.
Yep.
You can, I've got another board I was fiddling around because this has Bluetooth on it also, is it?
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
You put a little antenna on there, and we can probably do away with the Ethernet if we chose to, but we'll just stick with it for now.
Yeah, Lockie was keen to do that because we didn't have the Autosteer board in, but now it's in. It's got its own Ethernet and a switch and that. I think it's hardwired, probably better.
Hardwired probably better, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other annoying thing with this is you got to use these AMP plugs, which, you know, I have had a go at doing, but
They're not fun.
they're not fun. Yeah, so the other thing is, right, like this one is working on Ethernet, and we've got the so to facilitate this, I've got a all-in-one Autosteer board here, and it's got a Ethernet port that you plug in, and we've got an Ethernet switch. Yep, and we just power that through a I've got a little inverter here, so you can power the switch. Oh, you bloody thing! And the inverter down through that, and that's got your you know, if you want to set up auto steer, and you know, it's got IMUs and stuff. But anyway, you got Ethernet there, and then it goes to the tablet, which also I got this little dock thing that has Ethernet on the back. So it's all Ethernet. What else? I'll cut out some of the crap. So to get this to work, the main thing was, okay, so firstly we've got AgOpenGPS and agrate here. So to get agrate to work, you just got to find agrate on Github. And what I did here, I downloaded all the agrates. There's AgOpenGPS. There's AgValonia, which is a new version of AgOpenGPS, but doesn't look the best to me. I don't know why well, it's multi-operating system, so it might be a lot better in the end, but I just downloaded all the rate control stuff and put it in one folder, so you can update your RC15 board. And that's the other thing, like there's a lot of rate control boards, but for this particular setup, for this boom, Lockie worked out RC15 would do everything we need with the right relays and everything.
The motor valves need to have a H-bridge to reverse the polarity.
Yeah, that's the main thing. The motor valves need the H-bridge to reverse the polarity.
The RC15 board has the H-bridges automatically built in.
Yep.
If you just have solenoid on-off valves, the RC15 board still can do that, but you don't have to. You can use RC11 or RC5 or something like that, I think, without any other issues. But you'd have to look into it more. I can't quite remember.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing. All this rate stuff is sort of built with, like the rate app on the computer is built to use all the boards. So configuring it is a bit of a, you know, it makes sense once you've done it, but it can be a little bit confusing. So yeah, AgOpenGPS is sort of nothing to do with this agrate, but it works together with it. So
your machine set up initially, you set all your sections and all that here. So we've got 4 sections. You have to obviously put that in, how many sections, you put in how wide they are, each section there. So you don't actually worry about anything in AgOpenGPS to set up your boom or whatever you're doing, I suppose.
And one trick, like this button here, this is to save whatever you got here. You press this button and it saves it.
Yeah, so say you made a change, whatever we're doing. What did I just change? Anyway.
Yeah. Once you've changed it, you press that button.
And it downloads it, and that sends it to the board or whatever, or to the app or whatever it does. So it knows you've made a change.
Well, we did have to set up. The first thing that confused us was this. Where was it in AgOpen? How the machine doesn't come up as a machine control board anymore, does it?
Yeah, so we were first stuck on, we were not getting any of this autofill stuff to work here.
Yeah.
And all these, the subnet addresses and stuff was very confusing.
Yeah.
That took a bit of, now you know it's simple, but it was a bit of stuffing around to start off with.
I don't know why they've done it this way. Like most other things, wouldn't do this, but I mean, they've got a reason. So anyway, once you've set everything to the correct subnet, it does work.
So you have to set the correct IP address for your RC15 board and your tablet or whatever you got. You got to get that all to match up, and then you got to get all this subnet.
And where do we do that again? I can't remember. So in here, what do we got here? One set two.
No, we were setting up the other IP address in the actual tablet itself in the where you normally.
Yeah, normally this will pull it up if you
just
press
close that off with the.
Oh, here it is here. Yeah, there we go. So now I'll plug the Ethernet into the Autosteer board. See, things are coming to life now that Ethernet's plugged in, and we've got this set up. Oh yeah. So this computer is set to 192.168.5.1. That's this computer. Yeah, okay, whatever. Now the simulator's not working, but that's all right. And you can see we've got green on these three, the IMU, steer, and GPS. But the machine board, that always stays red, doesn't it?
Always stays on red for whatever reason. And that was a big stumbling block for us because we were expecting that to go green. Yeah,
because the old machine control board that you just plug in with an Arduino Nano or whatever, it would pop up there. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to show that. And now, yeah, we got all those things green. And now with agrate, we can tell it's working if this is green, this one here. Hey.
Yep. So the AOG, that's whether it's connected to whether the AgOpenGPS app is actually working.
Yeah.
And then if it's blue,
the number
1 there, because we're using one module or whatever it is. If it's blue, it apparently is sending data, but it's not receiving or something like that. And if it's green, it's fully, everything's working.
And there was a spot in here if you go to the menu. Okay, this is it. Just to, when you're first setting it up and you're wondering if your rate board is talking, yeah, you can press this button to bring all your options up. You can go to help, and you've got messages here, activity. It'll tell you little error messages in here, what it's actually been doing. where the Wi-Fi or Ethernet's going. What versions you're running. So obviously you want to update to the latest version. Okay, and then the first thing you've got to do is in agrate, once you've got it open. Now the way this menu system works, you sort of click over here and you'll get through to the different submenus but just by clicking on them. So we had to get a file and I believe set up a profile. You know, add a new one, type in the name, hit go, and this sends it to the module or something, does it? Oh, you bastard.
Technology, eh? Because we can do all sorts of things with the some of this stuff here when we get into all these other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
For the somewhere here, it's something to do with the variable rate and all that type of stuff. I think if you get really techy into it, because there's all different options you can do for things.
Yeah. We're not up to that stage yet. We just got it working. So, but
happy with that.
For a basic setup, you do need to go, I believe, and make a profile. Oh, I accidentally hit this button. Yeah, I've never used the map, right? But start a job, and this, once you've made a job, this button here loads it. So you profile, make a profile, load the profile, make the job, load the job, and it tells you your profile and your job up the top left here. So just wanted to go through that. Now, Lockie, let's get into the actual important part. How did we get this thing to work?
A lot of stuff and about.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got to go to products and set up all your product settings first, right? Let's go from the start. Yeah.
So we didn't do much here. That was pretty much.
But the one thing is, like,
make sure you got the green dot there.
Yeah, that means you're talking to your rate board. You enabled on product A.
So this module that says 0 and sensor 0, that's just a number of whatever your equipment is. The 0 is the default setting.
It's like the first rate board.
It's the first rate board. So if you had a number of them, you have to have a different number there. We just left that on default because we only have a single rate controller, so that's the simplest thing to do there, not to change any of that.
Yep.
For us so far on this here, all we did, well, this was the big stumbling block for us here.
Okay. So now this, when we're looking at products, this is all sort of mostly just to do with the proportional valve then, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is what
product A, so that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. So we've only got one proportional valve, and we actually had it set to motor. And if you do that, it'll only run like a motor. It'll only ever increase or stop.
So all the information we were getting regarding AI searches and whatnot, it was telling us because we've got a motorized valve, it was saying we need to be on motor. But it's a motorized proportional valve, which doesn't quite make sense, but you got to be on standard valve for it to work.
Basically, put it on standard valve.
Standard valve, and it'll work a motorized proportional valve. The motor selection is, from what I understand, is if you've got, say, a seeding unit and it has a motor drive on it, so it's got to vary that.
Yeah. So that's a very important one. What else is in here? We haven't set much else. We have to be on this for the for it to work, for the proportional valve to work.
Didn't change anything.
Haven't changed much else in that one.
Haven't changed anything there.
So that was products. Now let's go through machine. Yeah, so Lockie was looking at this before. You just set your boom sections, relays. Yeah, so this is just where your 4 boom sections are. Now you reverse them because they just happen to be in the opposite order.
Yes, the way I put the valves in from right to left, where AgOpen needs to work left to right. So they're obviously just, one is now 4 and all the way down the list to number 4. So it works correctly.
We didn't have to,
didn't have to do anything with that in the end. That that is for something else. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, okay, it's just grayed out now.
Yeah, it's for when you got the flow master actually selected, but we don't. So
okay, it seems to be working without it, but
yeah,
we'll leave it. Now, yeah, this is what happened here.
I did end up having it running, but it wasn't working on the rate wouldn't automatically adjust when running it in the simulator. So basically, I just had to have on the auto switch, had to have the rate highlighted as well as the sections. Very simple, but just something that was easily overlooked.
Yeah.
I haven't changed anything in any of that.
Yeah.
Haven't done anything that. Haven't done that's the calibration.
We've actually never sprayed with this.
Haven't actually gone out and sprayed with it, but I know what pressures we should have.
Yeah.
For a given speed, and it seems to be pretty close. I think something you overlooked was we're back here in the products because we haven't gone through the control business. This was a fair few adjustments had to be made in here.
Yep.
To get your this max and min. I had to do a fair bit of adjusting there because the motor still wouldn't adjust even when I had things going. I just had to play around there a bit. The deadband, the valve was, when I did get it going, the valve was hunting a lot. It was, I think standard setting was 1.5, so I just increased that until I could adjust the speed up and down your simulator, and it would reach what our target speed was. It tells you your current rate. It would reach the target rate, and then it would sort of settle down and wouldn't vary. Before on default settings, it would all the time hunt. I've changed the break point a bit, the slew. What else?
The min start, you've got it on 50 now. So the valve, would it move if it was lower than 50?
I can't recall. I'd adjusted things, so many things.
We were playing with it yesterday. When it was in motor mode, it wouldn't start if that was less than 70 or something, but it's probably different now. We've put it back to valve mode, yeah.
So it seems to be pretty happy where it is for now anyway.
We'll do a little demo, at some point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's just quickly finish this and just do a demo. And then modules, what do we do here? Oh, yeah, this just has to be...
So
okay.
Again, you have to have your subnet thing correct and all that.
But yeah, so this is CAN bus. We're not using CAN bus. We're using Ethernet, so you just ignore all that stuff down there. Yeah, that's what's working for us. What else we got here?
So you got to select what the correct board you're using, obviously.
Obviously RC15.
We did have to look at I'm not sure whether we had to change this or not. I can't remember.
I think it was on something else. That's the one that works with RC15.
Yeah.
So basically you just copy that. There's nothing real. And this is the pin out on the ESP32 or something.
From what I understand, yes, actually on the actual little chip, not the pins on the board.
So we just sort of leave all this default. And like there's places where you could have momentary switches, but we just use all the screen controls, so you don't have to worry about that. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And we've got it set to 2-wire valves. And again, you just press that to save it, and then you press, well, I might not have said this, but to send it to the module, you have to press send.
Not everything you have to send. Sometimes that is not an option, or it's grayed out or whatever. You only have to download there. So something must have to get sent in the app, and other things must have to get sent to the board.
Okay. Yeah,
I think when it's got to get sent to the board, perhaps it does the send.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Could be incorrect with that, but yeah.
No, that's all right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll get you to give us a demo. So just unplugged the steer board, so we got the simulator working. Pumps on.
So it's got auto selected there. I'm not sure we'll have to have that there or running, we just do it there. And it just does it. Tells our target rate, what our current rate is.
Yeah.
And our speed. So we're currently doing 20.
So,
change our speed there. It's going over right there. We've got the alarm set.
where's the where's that little graph? They go to the machine or products.
So
Yeah, here we go.
So I've got our speed going too slow at the moment there. I'll have to speed that up a little bit.
Ah, sweet. First time I've actually seen that work.
It's overshooting at the moment because we're
Ah, yeah. Only have a little bit on.
get out there somewhere. There it is, the rate should be.
It's not tuned.
We're actually getting low on water right now, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Shut her off, man. That's cool. Just had to prove that it did work.
Yeah. And you can control all your sections here, you know, turn the tractor off like in here, I suppose.
Yeah.
But you turn the master on, you can hear the valves going,
Yeah,
obviously.
so how do you get this little thing up again? That just pops up, does it?
Yeah, it does pop up, yeah. And
Yeah.
if you want to turn each section,
That turns them off.
let's turn the sections each.
This is
second.
basically the manual control.
This is manual control, yeah.
Yeah. So all that will just be done in AgOpen. And then this one, these up and down will change your proportional valve, won't they?
We can manually adjust that, yeah.
Is that working now?
It won't work at the moment because it won't be sensed. You got to have a flow going through.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There is a setting in the app somewhere or something like that. It has to sense a flow from your flow meter
Right.
to be able to adjust.
Yeah, sweet. I'll have fun tuning it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good now. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, just got to seal it up real good.
Got to tidy up the wires
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Put a bit more heat shrink on and get things set up, and it should be okay to trial it.
Yeah, sweet. Now, and the main thing is, like, the people that make this stuff are just, the amount of effort that goes into it is pretty wild. And the software seems complicated, and it is, but once you've done it once, it works. And that's why I made this video, because just, it is complicated, but if someone can show you, it makes a big difference.
It's very simple, and makes sense once you realize what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of little bits and pieces that we just caught up on that we didn't quite understand the terminology of what they were trying to say or whatever else.
Yeah.
But once you got that sorted, it seems to be okay.
Sweet. All right. Cheers, everyone.